You asked the question about what I had gained outside of my business degree or my studies in college surrounding business administration. And one of the biggest things that I gained over some time through just my work experience and talking with other colleagues and other personal conversations is the idea of preparation, right? And there are structures to writing a business plan or structures to writing a marketing plan. And we can have an outline, we just drop the content in these various areas. But preparation is not simply having all my forms, legal documents, uploading, documents ready. It is also preparation for what we don't anticipate, right? And that was one of the biggest lessons I had to learn in business and in life, that things happen, things occur. And the better we are prepared for those things that were not written in our plan, the more likely we are to have success. And it does not mean that I'm preparing for every worst case scenario that the mind can imagine. It could mean I'm prepared to take advantage of an opportunity that I didn't see last year or last week.
Right.
So learning how to be able to respond in a way that is productive for your business and fuels your business moving forward, despite it being good or perceived as being bad. Just the fact that something occurred and you can learn how to internalize that and use it as an opportunity. Something that took me several years to really learn how to best, I think, manifest it for my own purposes, my own productivity, best use. And so some of it is, I'll be really honest with you, I will share with your viewers, some of that is very spiritual in a sense, right? It's not something that can always be explained. I studied marketing, and marketing is an art and a science. So we can oftentimes explain the science. We can't explain the art, right? And so to be able to understand that you have both of these elements that can be used for your advantage or to your advantage is something that's very powerful. And I think the science can often be scripted. It can often be explained even in the formula, something of that nature. But the art is far more difficult to, I think, encompass at times, even communicate to others. But I believe that once you as an individual and a leader within your own particular business organization have an understanding as to where you are trying to go, you discover there's so many different ways to get there. Oftentimes it's revealed to you in a manner that is not so much science, right? So to be able to recognize these opportunities that occur before all of us, around all of us, at varying times and moments within our lives and within the life cycle of a particular product or service or business is invaluable, right? To be able to see it, an opening or an opportunity that another did not see. Those are your intrinsic competitive, assets and advantages that as an entrepreneur, you want to put yourself in the best place to take advantage of. And so that is something that I think comes over time. It comes from being surrounded by good counsel and others who also have very similar objectives and goals, who can recognize, a good opportunity from, another occurrence or event that may maybe tell you to take an alternate route or a detour. So I think being able to read and recognize things in life as they happen around us and around our businesses are invaluable skills that I think I can also assist with and share via some of my own experiences, as well as my network and resources here with the Summit Learning Institute. We can't see our own blind spots and then point out everybody else's blind spots as well. We've got to be around a community where others can help see our blind spots, right?
Yes.
And help point out blind spots for others. And as you're just speaking, we talk about a plan. I think as entrepreneurs, typically we take these businesses and we want to at least treat them as if they are special, right?
Yes.
Give it the care that it deserves, the nurturing that it deserves. And we're passionate about it. We have strong feelings about what we want, right, for our business and ourselves. As you mentioned, some may be leaving the 9 to 5. But there are so many models around us that teach us it's not always what we want, right? And it's not always that first plan. And we can have an excellent plan at times, but the time itself may not be correct, right? So that's what I mean by the art and the science. McDonald's, came out the gate selling hamburgers, right? When you really look at their business model, right? They're a real estate company, and even product-wise, they probably make more money on French fries. They probably have, in terms of consumer feedback, people probably like the fries. They like them better than they do the burgers, right? So, we as entrepreneurs oftentimes commit ourselves to what we want, what we have as far as our vision. But sometimes you can ask an entrepreneur, are you selling what you want to sell to your customers? Or are you selling what your customers want? And there's a big difference, right? Typically, you can have more success selling what the customers want. I'm talking about different blueprints and plans. I've also been in situations and worked on projects in which the customer didn't necessarily know what they wanted. And that business entity had to tell the customer, this is what you want. You may not know it yet, but this is what you want. And there's successful examples in all of those various, methodologies. So certainly I believe to be able to have someone who can speak from experience, speak from a diverse background. And for me personally, I started my first company officially like in 1999. So I've had several decades now when I'll be able to see life cycles of products, service companies come and go, grow, shrink, expand again. And from that, you get a greater understanding of what to do and when to do it, right? Saying it's not always that maybe your plan was faulty. It could have been the timing in which that plan was executed, or the market may not have been ready for what you're trying to introduce at this time. And so it's often difficult for an entrepreneur who's not had those seasoned experiences to have seen this kind of come and go, or the ebb and flows, to pick up on trends, to determine, was it my plan, or was it the time, was it the market? Like, what is it that was not quite in sync? And so certainly that counsel, coaches, any support group around you that can assist in providing diverse perspectives is always going to be advantageous, because most market circumstances rarely remain the same, right? It's often very, very volatile, and we want to find opportunities and ways in which we can establish and sustain success regardless of some of those ebb and flows.